Okay, yes, thank you very much. Thank you for having us. This is me a pleasure to give you a short overview about 3U. Yeah, at first, I give you a warm welcome from my side. My name is Thomas Fritsche, and I'm responsible for the investor relations at 3U Holding. Yeah, no worries about if some things go too fast. You or you get the documents and the presentation also on our homepage for later, and you have the chance to get in contact with me or via messaging or email or give me a ring or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So overview about 3U. At first, the 3U Holding is based in Marburg, Germany, and was founded in 1997. And we are operating as a pure management and investment holding company. And we are specialized in investments in renewable energies, information and telecommunication technology, as well as in online retail in sanitary, heating, and air conditioning technology. But the nucleus of the group was the ICT segment, yeah, with the well-known company 3U Telecom, and 3U Telecom, the company, they still does exist in our portfolio. Yeah. So all in all, we pursue a long-term investment approach, and usually we take the role of a majority or sole shareholder in this businesses where it is possible. Yeah. Currently, we are holding more than 35 companies in our baskets, and the group has been luckily in a growth mode for more than 7 years with positive and rising results. Although the cash flow trend is characterized by a positive and rising cash inflows and positive cash generation year by year. Our shares are listed in the prime standard segment of the Deutsche Börse and traded on Xetra. You see here we have issued almost 36.8 million shares, and our shareholder structure is clearly dominated by the stake of the founder and supervisory board member Michael Schmidt, who holds roughly 25% of the shares. Okay, jump to the next slide. I think this is very interesting. Why, of course, Germany is the primary geographic market for our products and services. And what you see here, that our business is benefiting from several megatrends. At first, e-commerce. That is a clear focus on do-it-yourself markets and climate-friendly technologies. As well as the environmental compatible energy production from wind power and photovoltaics, and as well as providing support for small and medium-sized businesses through comprehensive digitalization. Online trading and do-it-yourself have become very strong, at least through the Corona pandemic, and clearly Germany is one of the largest e-commerce markets in the European Union. This special segment structure, what we have, provides diversification against the short-term fluctuations, what we're seeing now, and what we have seen, especially in the last months. And that gives us more flexibility in the timing of several growth initiatives, what we can start. 3U remains well-equipped to master the current economic challenges, but the megatrends in our markets are still intact. Megatrends, they will drive more on the mid or long-term view. Yeah. And such sustainable business model should be the real growth engine, and our focus on digitalization and digital transformation, as well as the energy transition, will drive demand. And really important is will generate tailwind to boost the development of our businesses in the coming years. Okay, so what is really important to know, you can imagine that the purpose of the company, of a typical holding company, is to increase the value of assets, all in all, obviously in the interest of all stakeholders, and that is part of our mission. Yeah? So we have a mission. This is called Mission 2026, and therefore in July this year, the management gave an indication of the expected value potential of the individual segments and also for the entire group. And for the entire group, the value potential is estimated to add up to 510 to 620 million euros by the end of 2026. Of course, under consideration of M&A transactions and a plan of total investment volume of roughly more than 220 million euros. You see here also around 350 million euros thereof are allocated to the SHAC segment. That means online retail and e-commerce segment. 150 to 200 million euros belongs to the renewable activities, and the remaining rest of 60 to 70 million euros stands for the ITC segment. Yeah, at all, though, the mission statement, yeah, so I think so with our long-term investment horizon, we pursue a buy, build and run strategy with very selective disposals. And here we see the cornerstones of the strategy that we are planning: extensive investments to develop our businesses. And I think so the very crucial precondition for that is at firstly, we have a very well-established team here and a very experienced management in place. And successful sale of our WeClap participation last year, that was typical the proof of that. Now we want to repeat this success story again, and finally that to ensure that our shareholders can participate in our way of success, that is why we have a strong commitment. We are planning a payout ratio of at least 50% or just more in case of special events. So yes, in this summer, that I told you, the management published or announced the new Mission 2026, and so we published also a detailed timeline regarding our organic and external growth measures. And after the takeover, or first takeover this year of Citrus, that I will go into more detail later. So further acquisitions expected in the near time. As you can see here, the most of the acquisitions are to be made in the SHC segment. These are the red ones, and it is planned to acquire at least 2 complementary companies in the first step. And with these, we intend to expand our geographical footprint, the product range, customer base, as well as to optimize the internal process landscape towards more digitalization. Mission 2026. So I think so. This is was published under the motto "High Growth Paired with Value," and I think you are very keen to know what does it mean exactly for the operating segments. So I think so. We will go a little bit deeper in our operating segments here. The first one, SHAC segment, stands for Sanitary Heating and Air Conditioning Technology. The revenue shares last year was about 62%. This is meaning 31 million euros. So the segments have has 64 employees, and mainly bundles the business activities of the portfolio companies called Cellview and Pelia. Cellview stands for 75% of the segment sales, on Pelia for the rest, for 25%. So Cellview, this is you can take a look on cellview.de. This is the typical B2C online e-commerce shop portal, highly recommended and often awarded in the recent years. And with this shop, we distribute, for instance, underfloor heating or ventilation and water treatment systems of own or third-party brands, e.g. Buderus, Grundfos, Fissmann, Wolf, etc., to handymen and to do-it-yourselfers. Especially Cellview scores in competition with its high quality of advice. This is very deciding. Customers can take advantage of a free planning service and calculation tools for underfloor heating systems, ventilation chimneys, and solar thermal systems, etc. In addition to this segment, we also offer free advice on existing government support programs. Also very deciding, especially after the resolution of the Energy Building Act this year. And there's really anticipated growing demand for heat pump systems hopefully beginning in January next year. Our customers also benefit from extensive assistance in form of videos or detailed assembly instructions. So we have a Cellview TV channel currently, including more than 150 videos available on YouTube. Please also take a look, and you can do your heating floor systems by yourself in the next time. And that was Cellview here. And the second company is Pelia. Pelia act as a wholesaler with customers mainly, including craftsman businesses, so B2B. And Pelia also handles all logistic processes of the segment and is responsible for the production of in-house brands like our new ThermCube. I will explain later what does it mean, ThermCube. So therefore, so we operate a production and logistics center in Koblenz, where products are manufactured, stored, assembled, and dispatched on a total area of approximately more than 14,000 square meters. And of course, the deciding factors to differentiate in the market and competition environment are ability to deliver, and you have best-in-class conditions in terms of prices. So ThermCube, you see here a tiny picture of that. What is a ThermCube? So we have clearly high expectations for solutions that are compatible with the government's climate goals. And this includes, of course, the self-developed ThermCube. The official market launch took place in August this year, and the systems consist of a heat pump. Currently, we use the well-known brand or the systems from the well-known brand Alpha Innotech. It's part of the NIBE group, and what in the ThermCube you have a complete electrical and hydraulic installation prefabricated. So and the ThermCube comes in a compact cabinet format in one rack, and is currently offered in a price range beginning with 17,000 euros up to 9.5 thousand euros, depending on what kind of version. And you have here including outdoor unit, but without a buffer tank. So, and with the advantages mainly in the significant savings and planning and installation costs, yeah, as well as in the avoidance of costly installation errors. And these pre-assembly, this simplifies the installation, the complete installation process, and it can also be carried out by normal users or by craftsmen who are not the expert in the field. Yeah, that's clearly the big advantage. So, you know that the development of Cellview and the pay layer in this business is determined by the German construction activities and its effects on the trade business. However, I think that the key growth driver and the trend towards e-commerce, and in addition, you have new buildings, and the crucial part is played by repair and also modernization activities due to their high importance on renewal of sanitary heating and air conditioning installations. And with regard support programs or regulations for the replacement of heating systems or the installation of energy efficient cooling and ventilation systems are also important factors of our market development. No? And in the medium term, great hopes for the segment or for this business are connected with the business around the transition of the heat generation sector, as we explained in the summer in context of our presentation of the new mission 2026. And strong organic growth and acquisitions are expected to increase the segment sales here up to 150 million euros, at least by 2026, and improve the segment's EBITDA margin to up to 8%. So the management estimates an acquisitions volume of 80 to 100 million euros around, with the funding being provided through own resources or shares in Cellview. Yeah. The Cellview IPO or a similar exit, just in another form, is targeted for 2025. So to say, in 1 or 2 years, with the threshold in terms of a revenue of 100 million euros at least. Yeah. So coming to the second segment, the renewable energy segment, that we have here a revenue share last year of around 14%. That is clearly the smallest segment and has a really lower personal intensity with only 3 employees. But this segment includes 3 wind farms. You can see it here on the map. This is Klostermoor in the near of Oldenburg, Roge nearby Rostock, and Langendorf nearby Leipzig, with a nominal capacity of total 43 megawatt. And so we have also one solar park located in Adelebsen in the area of Göttingen with a capacity of 10 megawatt. For the photovoltaic park, until 2032, the remuneration is generally based on the assured feed-in tariffs of 195 euros per megawatt hour. In accordance with the German Renewable Energy Source Act. So earnings are subject to volatile, which is typical for the industry, to changing weather conditions on the one hand, and fluctuating electricity prices on the other hand. So we have already sold electricity yields this year from Roge and Klostermoor in form of so-called power purchase agreement as a PPA at fixed conditions. And the revenue of our biggest wind farm Langendorf is based on the spot market price at the electricity exchange. Additionally, the company is planning comprehensive repowering measures at the Langendorf site, which would almost double output from 2025 megawatt to 43 megawatt. and are expected to triple electricity yields from the start of operations, likely in 2025 or 2026. This depends on the official approvals from the authorities. So here, it's clear that the growth of the segment is heavily pushed through the repowering of existing wind farms and development of new ones. In addition to the repowering of our largest wind farm, Langendorf, what I told you already, that's which is already in the approval process. So we also intend to increase capacity at the Klostermoor site from the current 6 megawatt to 21 megawatt by 2026, and the third wind farm Roge could follow later. So we have a special situation in Brandenburg. Brandenburg state government has instructed the regional planning authorities this year to switch from the previous exclusion planning, which limited wind expansion, to an offer planning, which will lead to an increased designation of suitable areas for wind energy. Yeah. And together with the construction of at least 15 new wind turbines, so each with 6 to 7 megawatt as part of the wind farm development projects in Brandenburg, so the generation capacity has to be increased from the current 53 megawatt in the group to a scope of between 150 and 200 megawatt by 2026 onwards. So this is a great important step for the whole group. The third segment, information and telecommunications technology. What I told you, that was the nucleus of the group. There is the revenue share last year was about 24%, so just 11.5 million euros. And here we employ 71 people. And this segment is also divided into different business lines. The first one is data center and managed services. So here we bundle all services around our 3 own data centers, which we have in Hanover, in Berlin, and in Marburg. And then our customers can choose between renting space to set up their own service, that mentioned co-location and or computing capacity, as well as virtual service on the own hardware are being offered by us. That is called infrastructure as a service. And now we will have active support and operation of the entire IT landscapes for our customers in the typical SMB market. So that is what we mention as managed services. That is complete our offering. So then we have also a voice business. The primary services are voice termination, where we generate the majority of our segment sales still. So, and as a subscriber and the carrier network operator, so 3U has its own internet-based telephone network here, and so we marketing our infrastructure for other telecommunications companies in Germany and abroad. So services cover connections in fixed line and also in mobile networks, international connections, as well as special and so service numbers. Yeah. In addition, the segment also contains business with call by call and pre-selection telephony for end customers. As expected, the business has declined significantly in the recent years to the regulatory framework here. And all in all, the range of services is rounded off by sales and consulting in the field of a third-party software product will be used for document management and security here. Yeah. And since we made our first acquisitions, which was done in August this year, and as also a starting part of our new mission, and the new subsidiary has been included in our consolidated financial statements since September. And the new member of the 3U group is the system house CS Communication Systems GmbH, and the subsidiary CS Network GmbH, which together employ 41 people at 3 locations in Pleidelsheim, Nuremberg, and Leipzig. And the companies offer services relating also to telecommunication systems, cloud solutions, and network and fiber optic technology under the Citrus brand. Such company, or this company, has been active since the early 90s, has a broad customer base of more than 400 medium-sized companies and also public authorities. And the companies have an annual revenue of just over 7 to 8 million euros. The companies are operating very profitable, and the results are well on track to reaching also our outstanding margin level of the complete of the entire ITC segment. Yeah. CCS companies are very well established in the market and has also well-trained specialists. And in our ITC segment, the acquisitions will allow us to further expand our comprehensive service portfolio of innovative solutions in telecommunications and information technology, and in particular our range of managed services. And strengthens also our presence in southern Germany. So on the next slide, okay, that means in a nutshell, the mission that has its root in an advanced and sound growth strategy has been successfully implemented for years. And so given our track record in successful realizing exceptional value growth, so we have experience in our 3 megatrends, and thanks to a motivated and powerful team, so now we see huge opportunities for progressing 3U to the next stage and profitability, and for leveraging the group's value potential at a new level. Yeah. So therefore we will continue to focus on dynamic sales growth, and that will go hand in hand with a sustainable increase in the earnings quality and value. And accordingly, the management has realigned and also partly started growth initiatives in all segments. And last but not least, so we will continue to distribute around 50% of the annual results in form of attractive dividends. So
sorry, you have 1 minute remaining.
Okay. Yeah. Finally, what you see, so we have really extensive financial resources of around 65 million at our disposal, and then we have access to different financing options here, implementing our medium and to long-term ambitious, and we so can produce sound balance sheet figures. This is really important. That means that the financing of our planned investment project is secured with estimated equity ratio of at minimum 50%. And this is a financially sound position and progress made in realizing our strategic agenda. This should then also be reflected in an improvement of our valuation ratios. Yeah, so that's worth really fast, and I will say thank you for your attention. And what I mentioned already, if some more questions, don't hesitate to get in contact with me or give me a ring.